Hey everyone, this is JMOS here. I'm going to take you guys through some American Tank Ace gameplay on Vassal. I don't see a lot of it out there. I see one guy I think explaining it, but there's not much out there. This is a solitary tank combat game by Gregory M. Smith. And I've had some discussion with Greg and we've discussed some of the rules. I think I have them down pretty well. Um, I have modified the Vassal module that you can get free, and I'm going to open it up for you. It does not come with the charts. You have to buy the physical game to get the charts. So I added them myself, just for easy reference, because I don't want to look off screen when I'm playing. So these are the charts from the game. I basically scanned them in. This is just the introduction. I'm not going to do gameplay right now. I'm just going to go over Vassal a little bit, show you how to start a new game, just go over some of the charts and some of the sheets. First you would do is go new game and say solitaire, finish, and you get a battle board up. It also has a help sheet, which is nice. Prepare to play, mission start, and then once you get into the different missions like attack or assault, move to contact or defend, and you have a mission success, mission failure, continue to end a game or end game. I'll leave that there for now. On the battle board, you basically have your weather. You just right click on it and you can put it to whatever weather the chart will show when you start a mission. Same thing with terrain. Open and urban will be long range. That's where you put your tank. Bocage will be close range. Woods will be medium range. Open will be medium range, of course. I think I said that already, but I'm going to go over some of the charts. I'm going to start with the tanks. You start in June of 1944. This is your starting tank normally. It's M4 Sherman. You can also do an M4A1 early, which is really the first Sherman built. Ignore the loader hatch. That's a misprint. The problem with the M4 and the M4A1 earlies are that you have to add to your die roll if your loader has to bail out if you get hit, and that can cause injuries or death. You can also purchase an M4A1 late after you go to Fort Knox training camp, which is the first thing you do in this game. It's the only difference is it has a loader hatch. So other than that, really is no difference. Alright, so that's the tank itself. I'm not going to go over everything right now. I'm just showing you an overview. When we go into the game, I'll probably show you more. You usually start open country unless you're defending, then you start hold down. And you can always move to hold down. Hold down just gives you a better defense. Alright, that's the tank board. And now we're going to go to the crew status, or the commander board, I like to call it. Start out as a NCO staff sergeant. You can pick a unit here. Right click on everything. That's how you do things in Vassal. You pick whatever unit you want. Usually you start out with one experience and no prestige, or sometimes you can get a prestige in training camp if you choose so. These are your award medals. You just right click to give yourself a medal. They give you prestige and experience. And then when you are able to get promoted, it's enough prestige, You become an officer, second lieutenant you start out as. The advantage of being an officer in this game is you get a special radio that lets you call in artillery rounds, which is a nice thing to have. And that is that board. I'm going to go to this board. This board is just the overview of the game, sequence of play. It really doesn't do much other than it shows you that these are the operations that happened during the war that you're fighting in. St. Lo and Operation Cobra happened in July of 44. If you roll the right number in a chart, you'll be able to get 1 XP if you complete that mission as a success. Normally, you only get XP after 3 missions. So that gives you just a little bit more XP quicker. It's not important, that important, but it's kind of nice. And I'm going to show you the mission log, and I'll be using that. Basically in Vassal, when you click something like this, you just hit the enter key, and you can type in the tank name and the type of tank. I'm not going to do that now, because I'm not going in the game yet. And your nickname. Same thing down here, you type in the type of mission, and you go success or failure. You just right click and it'll cycle through success, failure. I'm not saving this, so it doesn't matter. You can't really delete it, but anyway, that's that sheet. I have added notes. I always do this to any Vassal module. Doesn't have a notes tab. It just allows you to enter in any notes about the game. I usually like to put in like my tank name and maybe what happened during the battle, more detail. That way when I reload the game, because you can save at any time, when I reload the game I know where I'm at and what happened before. Just kind of like your own personal log. This doesn't really matter because you're playing solo, so I just put everything in scenario. And up here is the smoke and artillery button. Really kind of misleading, but really that means is at the end of your round and combat happens, you get 1 round of combat per turn, and you get 2 commands. So you do two things. Commands I'll show you here. You can do 2 of these per round. So after that's done, you hit this and it clears it off. Like if it's smoke, it'll take 1 away from the smoke. Usually smoke lasts 2 turns, 2 rounds, or turns, or whatever you want to call it. And artillery will decrease until it's ready to fire. Once you get to fire for effect, then you attack. Other than that, I have added a few things to the charts. I've updated them to match the errata. And it has a nice cleanup board. Just gets you back to, I don't know why that went to mission start. That should actually be there. But yeah, the cleanup just cleans the board up for you. You get your D10, you get your 2D6, and 1D6 rolls. I put my name in here just instead of newbie. And how you do that in Vassal, you just go to preferences and personal and just put your name in. That's all you do. And then it'll remember that every time you play this game. That way you don't have to keep changing your name. Pieces are just markers that you would put down, like acquired if they acquired you or you acquired them. I don't know what I think this is an optional rule, but I'm not sure. Mortar rounds, artillery rounds, airstrikes, suppress, shock. Just the common things in the game. I'm not going to go over the game rules, but I'll kind of explain what I'm doing as I go along when I play. Also, you have your units, your German units, and you can see there's multiple different units for each type of tank, SPG, recon vehicle. They have the Puma, which is the 223. No, it's Puma. Not sure what it's called in the game, but you have the half tracks, which usually come with a machine gun, or a 20 millimeter, which is this 2 centimeters means 20 millimeters, same thing. They can actually take out a tank, believe it or not, on a lucky roll. Then you have your wheeled, which are the half tracks. I'm sorry, these are armored vehicles, and these can only fire machine guns. And then you have your anti-tank guns, and you really want to watch out for the 43s. Those are 88 millimeter. They have a 9 penetration. They're going to penetrate any tank you have, even the later Shermans. Then you have your infantry. You have different types, like the regular SS is a little bit higher morale than the other ones. Morale checks only come in to play for certain things. Not often you're going to use morale. But they have to, mainly what it's used for is if you're close range to an infantry and they want to fire a, I think it's they want to fire a, let's look this up in the charts. If they want to fire a Panzerfaust. Yeah, you make a morale check. 1d6. If it's less than that number, they will go use the Panzerfaust to attack. Else they'll use just 2 fire. They just use small arms. So let's say I roll a 4. Before I can actually use my Panzerfaust, I have to pass a morale check. So then I have to do 1d6 less than my morale, or it goes back to the small arms. And that means must button means you button up. And that is it. I think I went over all the parts and pieces of this. I will definitely go over everything in detail as we play. I'm planning on at least playing one campaign with this and go as far as I can. And I think that's it, guys. I'll talk with you guys again when you see my next video, which will be the start of the playthrough. This is Jamos. Thank you.